Game of Thrones, War for Westeros. Where did that come from? You know, it was only fluke. I see it in a YouTube advert, and even though I thought it was just another web or mobile based gacha game, and then I realised the graphics really caught my eye, and it looks like they've got official actors on board. So upon watching the trailer, once I see Jon Snow stabbed by the Night King and turned into a White Walker, I was hooked, line and sinkered. You know, I've just been talking about RTS games lately, like Command & Conquer and Tempest Rising, and saying how we really need something new. And although Game of Thrones at a first glance might not revolutionise the RTS landscape, it's certainly going to be an IP that I think could work really well in the RTS format. And being a big fan of Game of Thrones up until Season 6, I think an RTS might just make me love the franchise again, despite House of Dragon's current best efforts. So the game is set to come out in 2026 with no official release date I can see on Steam. And it currently says that it's a classic real-time strategy in the world of Westeros, conquer the Seven Kingdoms, solo, or in the treacherous free-for-all multiplayer, command the great houses, rally iconic heroes, and rewrite the fate of the realm. Do you have the strength to seize the Iron Throne? Now, I'm a base builder at heart. Any RTS that deviates too much from this turns my nose up, except for doing Spice Wars, albeit not a traditional builder, yet it was kind of still fun. There are buildings in the promo of this game, but nothing concrete that would lead me to believe you can build a base, which I think might be a bit of a shame. However, the art and the graphics does look phenomenal so far, and there are currencies in the HUD. And I suppose at the end of the day, if there is a legit cool way to bring units into the battlefield, like the space battles from Star Wars Empire at War, another game that I didn't actually mind back in the day without building, I think we could be alright here. However, the pit in my stomach says balance is going to be a real tricky one. However, if the show is anything to go off, dragons are pretty weak these days. That being said, the White Walkers are going to have an interesting interaction with cooldowns on their ability to convert people to their will. The lore has plenty of battles and factions for teams to create, so definitely plenty to be getting on with. At the very least, you would like to think it will have cool as fuck campaign, assuming it's not canon, because Jon Snow dying is not actually quite right. Either way, I'll be watching this game closely and covering it with eager anticipation. And let me know what you think. It's much of the same, something refreshing and new, or just the fact that it's Game of Thrones that's got you super excited. Let me know in the comments below. See ya!